Hi guys, hi, how's it going? How y'all doing today? Hopefully today finds you well. Today I'm doing my project pan update for the month of September. It is a couple days late, but only one video late, and the reason why it's one video late is because it is September, which means it is my annual giveaway month, and that video went up in my project pan videos place on the 1st. So I will go ahead and put that video up in the cards. If you are unfamiliar with that video, please go watch it. It is amazing, and I do this every year, and I'm so excited for somebody to win the giveaway every single year, this year included. And it is my 8th anniversary here on YouTube and my 49th birthday. So I'm so excited to just have that going on my channel. That said, that isn't what this video is about. This video is about my project pan. This is a panning video that I do every year. Also on my channel, I have a year-long project pan that goes on. I have about 10 products in my project pan every year, and I rotate them out as I empty them. This is my completionist project, which means every item that I roll in, I am trying to completely finish before I roll it out and roll something back in its place. I do redo this video every single year. It's mostly just a rolling project for me. Like everything that didn't finish last year was rolled into this one's this year. But I do start it all over every single year just so that we can see how far we get in a year. But I hope that sounds like something you're interested in. It's one of my favorite videos to come to you with every single month, and it's one of my favorite kind of videos to watch. So if you have a project pan out there, let me know. I'd love to come and support you. For those of you new here, hi, my name is Donna. I'm a lover of all things high-end, colorful beauty and self-care. Ultimately, this that I do here, this is my self-care. I enjoy coming out here, talking to you about the good, the bad, the ugly, all the things coming into my collection, leaving my collection, and I hope that you're here for it. At the end of the day, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel before you go, because I'm kind of a kick in the pants to hang out with. I'm trying to grow my YouTube fam to 2K this year. We're right on track to hit it, hopefully by the end of the year, and I would love to make you a part of my fam. So in addition to that, I do love to have conversations down in the comment section, so please don't forget to hit your girl up. All of that said and done, let's roll into this project pan video. I have some exciting things to go over with you today. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's just get this done. I have, as you all know, this is my birthday week. So as I am filming to get ready for the fact that I'm going to have so many people in my house this weekend. There will be 7 people in my house this week, as you're seeing. So think of me. Like, shoot me a we're here with you in spirit kind of message on my YouTube channel. That would be super fun. I would love that. But they're here for me for my birthday because they love me. I am, as you're seeing this, it is the 3rd of September. My birthday is the 4th, so I'm not quite yet, but I will be 49 this week. It's crazy sauce to me. It's crazy sauce. This is almost 50. Nuts. Yep. We're not here for that today. We are here for a project pan, and I have so many great things to share with you today. So as you all know, this is my completionist project. I said it in the intro. I like to finish everything that rolls in here, and I finished quite a few things in here. I'll put my planned pan update up in the cards for you so that you can watch it runs through all the things that were on my planned pan as well as where I am at with them so far this year. I'm really proud of the work that I've done in my project pan this year. Really proud. And I have to say that this is going to be a proud moment for me today too, because we start with the oldest thing left in this project pan. And the oldest thing left in this project pan is this Dior Face and Body Foundation in the shade 3N. And this is empty. What? That is two foundations finished this year. Both of them really expensive foundations. One Natasha Denona, one Dior. Both of them finished in this whole project pan series, and I am just so excited. So this is the Dior Face and Body Foundation. I did have it situated upside down so that I could get as much out of it as I could. And when I put it back the last time I used it, I did put it back upside down too. So when I turned it back over for this video today, what you are seeing along the walls of this are the remnants that were sitting up there in that little nozzle. The nozzle looks like this. So, but you can see the nozzle is clean. There was nothing more coming out of this nozzle. So it is whatever remnants were in there, and as it rolled around on the table as I was taking pictures of everything, it just kind of coated. But I do have a picture that I will post here of what it looked like with light behind it, and as you guys can see, it is completely empty. When we rolled this in January, because this is hanging on for dear life from January, this was 37.70 grams of product. Last month it weighed 25.75 grams of product, and this month being the only foundation that I used throughout the month except for the little mixers that I would put into it, we are seeing 18.67 grams of product right now with the little tiny remnants of stuff in it, but in the component alone, that is a variance of negative 7.08 grams of product, which is what we've used since last month. And I mean, I wore my makeup 20 times this month, and this was on my face every single one of those 20 times. So there wasn't a whole hell of a lot in it last month anyways. You guys will see that in the pictures. I am so excited to have this gone. This literally was the never-ending foundation. You guys can see the marks on the bottle. There was a ton of times also in the last 2 years, because this was in my project pan for 2 years. There was a ton of times over the last 2 years where I wasn't able to make a new mark because I didn't use enough of the foundation for it to like move as far as markers. And I started 2 years ago here. Like, it wasn't even full when I started using it. So that being said, this foundation, if you're in the market for a good, your skin but better kind of foundation, one that doesn't go anywhere, it's kind of sweat proof, it's kind of waterproof, it literally looks like your skin but perfected, this is well worth the money spent on it because it lasts forever. So happy to have another empty foundation in my collection. That is phenomenal. The Laneige lip treatment mask has also been in here since January. This one probably isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but I can definitely see a difference in how it is presenting within the component for it. This is what it's looking like currently, and I think that you guys have been able to see that dip for quite some time, but I don't know if you can tell. The sides of the component are now seeing a lot more of the product not really creeping up along the top, so there's a lot more room from the top to where the product actually starts, because I have been trying to focus where I am like putting my finger into the product along the sides of it in order to like just push those down as well. I can't really melt the product all back into the center of this component because this is a plastic component. I don't want it to burn on my little like coffee cup burner that I use to melt my products. This did weigh 39.29 grams of product when we rolled it in. Last month it weighed 37.45 grams of product, and this month it weighs 37.40 grams of product. I think with this one we can see the use far better in the B-roll and the component itself than we can in the weight because we only lost 0.05 grams of product, and I know I use this all the time, but it is going to take forever for this to leave the collection because there's just so much product in it, number one, and you literally need the smallest amount when you are using this on your lips. So this is also a product that I can't find a link for, so it's not linked down in my description box for you, but something similar to it is linked in my description box. Both are Laneige, both have this little like dude in the cap for you to use to scoop it out. I don't use that, dude. But the other one is not the same as this one. I love this one as just like a lip balm because it has a little bit of iridescence to it. And it actually looks really, really pretty over the top of just about any lip product that I put on, even if it's just over the top of a lip liner. So I really do like using this, but I literally use so little of it every single time. I mean, I think this would probably last through 2027 at this rate. The next product is, of course, the Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick, which if you guys are new here, which I know that there's a lot of new people here because of the giveaway going on, so I'll just explain it just one more time. I did have a Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick in its actual component, but its component broke very early on. I think I had had the product maybe 6 months when it broke, and it was still very, very full. So when that happened, I couldn't roll it up anymore, so I dug the product out and I put it into 2 different components. Last year, we were able to finish one of the components, and this year we've been working on this one. So this one has been in also since January. It rolled in at 44.96 grams of product, and right now, this is currently what it's looking like. You guys see that big fatty pan down at the bottom of that again? Last month it weighed 41.04 grams of product. This month it's weighing 40.66 grams of product for a negative 0.38 grams of product that was used month over month. I know that that is a very small amount compared to the component, the usage that you're seeing right now, and you guys will see it up close and personal and B-roll as well. It looks like I'm using a lot more than this 38.38 grams of product used, but it seems fair. I used it today. It is what's on my contours today. I've used it almost every day since the beginning of August, trying to just get as much use as possible out of this product, even if I'm putting another product over the top of it, which is something I would do with a contour anyways. I really like this product. I would purchase more of this product, and I think I mentioned this in a different video I just did not that long ago. I hate the component of it because I have heard, not from just me, but from so many different creators here, or even just regular consumers that have purchased that Makeup by Mario Sculpt Stick, that component is garbage. So I probably wouldn't purchase it again unless I knew that they had switched out the component, but this is a really good product. I really, really like this product. I love it as a contour stick. I also love it as a bronzing stick. It's just really pretty and super easy to use. So I would consider purchasing it again if the component was wrong or different. But I think this is the first time really that I've thought through the fact that this could and will likely be gone by the end of 2025. And that excites me. That truly excites me. The next one is the Over Blush. And this one, you guys, I listened to you. I heard your comments in the comment section last month that I asked from you. And I think I'm going to do exactly what we had suggested. And that was, this blush is going to go today. I am going to declutter it. It is going in the garbage. This blush, though, has had a very long run. It's been in my project pan for well over 2 years. I think this is actually the 3rd year it's in. It has been in this one specifically since January. It is the Ofra Blush Gaudette in Winter Rose, and this is what it's looking like currently. And you guys can see the B-roll too. I think that you will see that there's quite a bit of difference between it this month and last month. But in addition to that, and I explained this last month, a lot of the usage is coming from me having to scrape all of the hard pan off of it every single time I want to use it, or not getting any kind of pigmentation out of it. I think that you guys can see all of the darkened areas around it. That's all hard pan. And I can't use this without scraping a lot of the product off every single month. So of the weights that we're seeing change, probably a good majority of that is because I'm having to scrape it every single month. So I will be decluttering it this month, but it It came in January at 6.40 grams of product. Last month it weighed 5.84 grams of product, and this month it weighs 5.74 grams of product, for a difference of 0.10 grams of product. But again, I think a lot of that usage, a lot of that variance is from the fact that I have to scrape it every single time I use it. So it is leaving the collection overall, going into the garbage. We're going to call that complete because I can't use any more of it. I can't use any more of it without feeling like I'm cheating the system doing so. The next product on here is the Clinique Black Honey. This one is not gone, but man, not for lack of trying. Let me tell you, I think I have worn this applied this 150 times over the last 30 days. I have it on my lips currently. It's been what I have been using almost on a daily basis. It has also been what I have been using to reapply regardless of what lip product I had on at the beginning of the day. This weighed 12.75 grams of product at the beginning when we rolled it in March. And last month it had 11.37 grams of product, and this month it has 11.03 grams of product. This is a difference of 0.34 grams of product. And this is what we're currently looking like. This is completely rolled up. You guys, there's so little product left. I'm sure like when I dig it out of there, there's probably still quite a bit left to use. I'm sure digging it out of there, I will probably get through all of September and probably all of October, to be honest. But at the same time, I do have a brand new one in backup, so I don't know if I want to dig it all out. But in my experience, Clinique fills the poop out of their products. However, this one, when I roll it down, it goes down so dang far. So I do think that there is a potential that there's not much in this component to dig out once it is empty. But I am so excited for where this one's sitting. You guys will see on the tracker too that there is literally so little left of this. And when I think of, you know, the other lipstick that was in here and when it looked like that and how long of a life it had left, it's not long. It's not long. So I do think that this one will likely be gone by the end of October. Probably not before that though. The ColourPop Lippy Liner in Oh Snap was a lip liner that I put in here because it's a really easy lip liner for me to use. It's like a Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude dupe. I did a video looking for a dupe of Iconic Nude, and this one came in, I think, top 3 for Iconic Nude dupes. This is what it is looking like currently. You guys can see it's not very big at all. It did weigh 5.63 grams of product when we rolled it in, and it rolled in May. Last month it weighed 4.66 grams of product. This month it weighs 4.11 grams of product, for a difference of 0.55 grams of product. It is a lip liner that I wear every single day. I wear it regardless of what color lip product I'm putting on over the top of it. It is on my lips today. I just love what it looks like on my lips. It's like my perfect My Lips but better shade. So I would likely repurchase this ColourPop lip liner. I'm still rolling through 100,000 lip liners that I purchased many moons ago from ColourPop in a vault. And this one just happened to be one of my favorite ones. So this one will likely be gone. I honestly would venture to say this one will be gone. I want to say next month, but I don't know if it'll be next month, but it will be no later than mid-October for sure. This is all we have left. So when I pull the lead, for lack of better words, out of the component, this is it. This is all we have left. So I just don't really think it's going to last as long as this pencil looks like, because I think it stops about here. So I've got maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 more sharpens left out of this guy. I did only sharpen it twice in the last month, but I used the poop out of it. Again, it's the lip liner that I wear every day. Whether I'm wearing makeup or not, this lip liner is on my lips. but I can feel that like lead popping in and out of there all the time. It did break on me one time early in August, so that was a time where I didn't sharpen it. Well, I didn't count it as a sharpen, but I had to sharpen it a little bit to get it down to where the lead was actually still. I think it could last through the end of the month, but it will be likely mid-October, if that long, when it is completely done, which I'm super excited about. I really honestly thought I might have it done this month, but I think that that was just me wishful thinking, because I think it's in an appropriate place. And when you see the tracker that I have for it, right, with the shadows that show the usage, it had the right amount of usage this month compared to the month before, which also had about 20 something uses, versus other months where I wasn't wearing as much makeup. It is pretty consistent with the months previous. So I think that if that is a telltale sign, I've probably actually got until the end of October, maybe mid-November before it's gone. So we'll see. Draw your bets now. The next one is the Ulta Beauty Matte Veil Eye Primer. This is one of my favorite eye primers, and I quit marking the back of it because it's really hard to mark it any further down than where it's marked right now, because that's just where the opening is, right? And naturally, if there's air or anything in there, I'm not going to be able to squeeze it any more than that until it's completely empty, and then the top will lay flat against the component. But that said, this is what it looks like currently, and you guys can see it is quite flat, right? Except for this section right here. It is very, very flat. It is an eye primer that I use every single day that I am putting on any kind of eye makeup, whether it is just an eyeliner or a full eye look. This eye primer is going on underneath it. Currently, this is the one that I'm using every day. I use it even when I'm not wearing eyeshadow and just maybe an eyeliner, because it does a really good job of creating a blank canvas of my eyelids. So all of the like maybe hyperpigmentation or like redness from like my eczema, or like maybe even the veins in my eyes, those don't show up anymore, and it just looks more seamless and better with this on my eyes and an eyeliner than it does with nothing on my eyes and an eyeliner. So I am wearing this a lot more often than just when I'm wearing makeup. So even though I only wore makeup 20 times this last month, I would venture to say this was used probably more like 25 times. It did weigh in at 12.34 grams of product when I first rolled it in May. And last month it weighed 10.91 grams of product. This month it weighs 10.45 grams of product, for a difference of 0.46 grams of product. And I think that's pretty consistent with what it had been doing throughout the rest of the times using it. I really don't think that this will be gone anytime soon, but I could be really, really wrong, because I really don't know how much product still exists in this like funnel of an opening here. Like there's a lot of product that can still exist in that little tiny area, and you don't really use a whole lot of eye primer when you use eye primer, right? So I would venture to say that this will probably last through the end of the year in this project, but I could be very wrong. We might be surprised. The next product is my Too Faced Nude Beach lipstick. This is one of their La Creme lipsticks, and this was a gift with purchase to my inventory, I think in 2019. It's so old, but it's just a mini, and I put it in here because it was actually a lipstick that I really, really liked to use, but I forget to use a lot because I don't use lipsticks a lot, and it was almost gone. And so you'll see on the tracker where it was when we first rolled it in. I've had pretty consistent use month over month, and last month it had about the same amount of usage as what I did use in the previous month. And this month it is empty. So I'm so excited about this. I think this is my first ever lipstick empty. I could be wrong on that. Don't hold me to that. But this rolled in May at 14.6 grams, 14.60 grams of product. Last month it did weigh 13.91 grams of product. This month it weighs 12.88 grams of product and is completely empty. I did also dig it out of there. That is a difference of 1.03 grams of product that was used last month. And again, like I said, I did dig it out. So this is what the bottom of that looks like. I got as much out of there as I could. I used it for the rest of the month or as long as I could. I even stuck my pinky in there the other day and got some remnants out and put it on, and now it's just too difficult to get it out of there anymore unless I want to use a Q-tip, which I absolutely don't want to do because then I get fuzz on my lips. So we have two natural empties with the foundation and the lipstick, and then one that we're calling an empty but we're decluttering, which is the Ofra blush. We have two more products to go through. Those products are the LOC Shadow Stick, which rolled in June at 27.25 grams of product because I forgot to tare it on my machine. Last month it weighed 26.46 grams of product. This month it weighs 26.14 grams of product. So I used 0.32 grams of product in the last 30 days. This is what it is currently looking like. And I do think that there's quite a bit of use on here, but this is another one of those products where I really feel like you really can't tell that I've used it as many times as I have. I do like using this as a face highlight, so I will either draw it straight on my face and then buff it out with a brush, or I will draw it on my hand, pick it up with a sponge, and then buff it onto my face using the sponge. I have also made a point of the last couple of weeks specifically trying to use it in my inner corner of my brow bone because my friend Andy had this exact same one and said that hers burnt her eyes. This one did not burn my eyes, and I have super sensitive eyes, so I don't know whether mine is a different batch or what it is, but this one didn't bother my eyes. So and if it had bothered my eyes, I was also going to declutter it. It was also going somewhere else because I wasn't putting it on my face anymore either. But I only think I've used it a handful of times this last month, and mostly because I was trying it out with the inner corner eye stuff and wanted to see if it was bad. I think I started at the beginning of the month not wanting to use it at all because I thought it was bad. But there's that. Again, I rolled this in June. We used 0.32 grams of product last month. I don't think that this is going anywhere anytime soon. I cannot remember how much the other one weighed because this is the second LOC stick that I've had in a project pan in the last couple years. And I think the last one weighed somewhere around 7 grams, but I also was weighing it tarred, is it called tarred, whatever, on my scale, and this one I have not tarred at all on my scale because I forgot to the first time. So I don't know what this is going to look like when we finish it, but I don't imagine it'll be gone anytime soon. And then the last product that I still have to walk through is the Cover FX translucent light setting powder that I pulled in here, and it's just a sample. It's just a little tiny sample because I don't use powder all that often, and I knew that it was likely not gonna go anywhere anytime fast. But there is definitely a line of product for this guy, but it's not like low, like it's not going anywhere very fast. That said, I did use 0.46 grams of product in the last month, which I am just frankly astounded by. It weighed 9.76 grams of product when we rolled it in July. Last month it weighed 9.60 grams of product. This month it weighs 9.14 grams of product for a difference of 0.46 grams. I do know that I wore powder a lot more than I think I have ever worn powder before in my life in this last month, but it's because this was in my my project pan. That also said, because it's so tiny, like there's not a powder brush that I have that fits inside that, right? So I have to dump it out in order to use it. And for the most part, it all does get used because I use a puff, but sometimes I am using a brush. So some of it does get wasted, but not a lot of it gets wasted. I'm happy to see that this is actually losing some weight because, I mean, even a powder this size could take me 4 years to get through because I'm just not a powder wearer. My skin is so dry. I don't wear powder very often, but I have been wearing powder quite a bit because that is in my project pan. So there's that. The one thing that I can say that I don't 100% love about this powder, when I use a powder on my face, I like to use it on my under eyes, right? Because, I mean, this is where I've got like all the under eye bags and stuff like that. I want it to be blurred. I want it to be a little bit more seamless. This powder I don't love using on my under eyes because it is a little bit, I don't know if you guys can tell, it looks a little bit shiny. It's like it's glowy, and therefore I can use it on like my face, but can you guys see that? It's shiny. It weirds me out because I don't like my under eyes to look like I put highlight down there. And while it's not like highlighty, it is sheeny, like almost like a satin eyeshadow to some extent. I don't know. I don't love the finish of it on my under eyes, so I try and use it around the rest of my face and less on my under eyes, which is where I normally put powder if I'm going to put powder on my face. So it's been hard to use, but I am using it. That said, we have 3 new products to pick. So I did go through my collection and through my project, my plan to pan list, and picked 3 more products to roll in. The first one I am rolling in is a blush to replace the Ofra blush, and that is the Fenty Cheeks Out Cream Blush in Rose Latte. You guys, this is a product that was in my deck of panning for the longest time at the beginning of this year. As a matter of fact, it just rolled out of my deck of panning because of this cute little pan that it finally got into it, but it was in there and I used it probably 57 times before it got that pan, and it was not a new blush to me. I do think that this is a great fall color. I think that this is going to go good with any like orange eye looks that I do, or any kind of like even neutral eye looks that I do, or brown eye looks that I do. So I'm super excited to roll this in. I am motivated by the fact that it already has a pan in it. Do I think that this is going to be gone by the end of the year? Probably. There's a no, a big fatty no to that. But I also am really super excited about where it can be by the end of the year. And I do think that it is time for this kind of blush to leave my collection. I've had this one for quite some time. It still works perfectly well. I think it's still just such a beautiful blush, and it blends out to just such a beautiful color. So I just think it's perfect for fall. It is 27.75 grams of product today. So I'm excited to see where that goes. I need to hurry because my battery is about ready to die. The next one is a lipstick to replace the Too Faced lipstick that we are rolling out. And I am going to therefore be rolling in another mini lipstick. These are the Clinique Pop Lip Color and Primer. And this one is in Bear Pop. And this one, if anything, is one of my favorite ones of the collection. But this is where it's at right now. It has been in a project before. I think it was in my deck of panning at one point in time. I do love this color. It's really easy to wear because it's just such a natural, kind of shiny, glossy kind of color. I don't think it'll take me a whole lot of time to utilize this in the way I was utilizing this one. This one I used mostly as a blush when I first rolled it in because I didn't think I was going to like it as a lipstick, and it wasn't until the last couple months, honestly, where we saw the most use because I was using it as both blush and lipstick. I don't know that I will use this one as blush because it's a lot, you know, shinier, it's a little bit more balmy, but I do love it as a lip product. It's really pretty as a lip product. I do have the Clinique on, the Black Honey on right now, but I can put this one on. It's just such an easy color to wear because it's so nude, but it's also kind of glossy. And that's my happy place for lip products. So I would be excited to get another lipstick out of my collection by the end of the year. I don't know that that'll happen, but this is a mini, so it's potentially possible, especially with as easy as this is to use. But I would also be sad because this is one of my favorite Clinique lipsticks, just because of the simplicity of the color. This weighed 12.68 grams, or wait, yeah. This weighed 12.68 grams of product today as we roll it in, and I'm excited to see where we go with that this year. And then the last product I'm rolling in, I was not going to roll in another foundation because pretty much every foundation that I have left in my collection is a relatively full or newer foundation. Those two that were in my project pan this year were the oldest two and really needed to go. But I am rolling in an eyeshadow of sorts because I don't really have an eyeshadow, except for this, I guess, is a shadow stick. But I don't really have an eyeshadow in here. And this I use a lot, and I use it often enough that it is also used as a primer. So I think it could help when, you know, those two things aren't working out for me. And it is the NYX Jumbo Shadow Stick in Milk. So I've talked about this stick probably thousands of times on my channel. This is, I think, the third NYX Jumbo Stick in Milk that I have had in my collection. I have rolled through these so many times. Back in the day, I used to use this as a primer on my eyes when I was doing eyeshadow looks like this, or brighter eyeshadow looks where I wanted the color to really pop, because it's, I mean, it's stark white, right? So anything that goes over the top of it is just going to pop. These days, I like the About Face matte fluid eye paints more than this. I also really love the ABH eye primer, which has a little bit more of a white consistency to it. And I find that this one just maybe creases a little bit more than I gave it criticism for in the past. But I'm using different kinds of shadows than I have also used in the past, right? When I was using this as a shadow stick. That said, I still love this shadow stick, still love using it as an inner corner or a brow bone highlight, still love using it as a highlight on my face as well. So I am pulling this in as the last product that we are rolling in to replace the third of the three products we are, you know, emptying this month. So this shadow stick weighed in at 10.14 grams of product today as we're rolling it in. And again, I'm excited to see where we get with it by the end of the year. I do think, just because I know how quickly I've been through these before, I do think by the end of the year, if this is not gone, it will be very close to being gone. Like when I roll it into my 2026 project pan, it would likely be gone by February at the latest. So I do think that this will not be a problem moving through this project pan. So that is part of the reason why I put it on my planned pan, right? Because you always have to have like a fair balance of easy products to use and super hard products to use. I think I set myself up with all the super hard products to use very early on in this year, and we're just starting to see a lot of those pieces like move through. So that's it. That's all, you guys. That's all I got for you for my project pan. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Please leave me a comment down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. If you are subscribed to my channel, I suggest you go watch that video from the beginning of the week where I'm walking through my 8th annual giveaway with you. I would love for you to be a part of that giveaway. Please let me know what you think of the project pan choice. Please tell me what you think about the fact that this Dior foundation is finally gone. Should we throw a party? I think we should throw a party. That said, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I appreciate every single one of you for being here. I hope that you and yours are well. I hope that you are all safe and healthy and getting along as best that you can. I hope that you are all loving each other, being kind humans, and living your best life. And until next time, bye, friends.